I hope there's a Clifford too. Is all I can tell you. I would gladly do that again. I had a lot of fun.
We have to save him.
I'm in.
We're in.
Mr. Paul Rodriguez, so nice to see you. One of the OG Latinos in Hollywood.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. I wasn't so and more G.
But, well, congratulations on the film. So what is it like? Was it like chasing after a big red dog that's not there on set?
It's tiring. It's hard to find, But it's the payoff was, the end product. It's a movie that I think will find a lot of fertile ground. I mean, there's been so few movies that you can take your kids. I mean, I took my granddaughter, and she's the harshest critic. She loved it. I think parents are going to be having to scramble and find a Clifford doll for Christmas. And it's just a warm little sappy story, if you will. That you sit there and there's nothing embarrassing about it. It was made for just a lot of fun, and I'm expecting to be a big Clifford monsoon this holiday season.
So when you're watching the film, once it was completed, where you're like, wow, look at this dog actually came to life on the big screen.
Isn't that something? Yeah, the CGI is state of the art. I mean, you'll look at this and you will believe that somewhere out there's a lot of red hair all over somebody's carpet because there's a real 10-foot dog, And even when Clifford is small, he's so realistic. I don't know how they got him to act and all the natural things that a little puppy does, and it's something that everybody remembers. It's a book that struck a chord with everybody. I mean, I remember it, and I'm an old guy now, and it was about time. There's been a lot of other dogs, but Clifford is literally the big dog now. It's I think this little girl is fantastic. Fortunately, she's probably a teenager now. They grow so fast, but she was just so warm and so lovable, and the cast. I mean, these are friends that I knew other than in the movies. And it was just it was like somebody paying you to go to your high school reunion. With a bunch of friends. It was a great time in New York.
And I'm trying to remember if you had any interactions with the master of comedy, John Cleese. Did you get to interact with him?
Well, I worked with John before. I did a rat race with him.
That's right.
And I remember going to the rap party, and I'm a big Monty Python fan, and he was very gracious, very nice. And I got to remind him of that. In between shots, you sat there and you talk, and he truly is someone that's an icon. I mean, it's a word that's overused, but when I was growing up in East Los Angeles, I never thought I'd meet guys like that, But he seemed to be the genuine deal, And in this movie, he plays a kind of like a mystical guy that goes around looking for lost souls who need a companion, And he perfect casting, It was either him or Cheech Marin, one of the
And for you, we know your sense of comedy. Was it hard to keep it PG?
Well, yeah, there's a scene there. I won't blow it, but you keep in mind that it's a child, a lot of children be watching, and you don't want to, you're not allowed to be too risque.
Yeah.
But a couple of times a few things came out, and the director said, no, we can't use that. That's another picture altogether. I said, all right, I'll keep throwing it out there. You pick what you want. Mm-hmm. But I wasn't the only one, straddling, Russell Peters, a friend I've known for years, and Horacio and everybody else. I had a great time. There's a lot of stand-up comics in it,
Yeah, I was going to say, just generations. You have John Cleese, you have you, then you have Horacio. So I was kind of like, I was thinking like, oh, wow, they're like comedy legends in their own right.
Yeah, I think that's, they gave us that job because they figured we won't be around too much longer. and
Oh.
let's squeeze whatever we can off of them. You know, it's I hope there's a Clifford too. Is all I can tell you. I would gladly do that again. I had a lot of fun, and it's out of all the pictures that I've been in, this has got to be in the top 5. You know, some of them feel like work, but this one didn't. You know, it was good. I was there in New York when the lights went out, and I found myself in the 15th floor. You know, up there in the darkness, but it was all a good experience. You know, I'm flying back to New York next week, and this will be my first time since filming Clifford, and I can't wait to go over there, see what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, you're running around all of New York. I mean, it always boggles my mind how a production crew can pull that off when there's so many people living there in a cramped area, you know?
Yeah, and it's and New Yorkers are real tough critics, you know. The streets are lined up and they go, "Hey, run!" You know, "Hey, you're too fat." You know, they criticize.
Aw.
You know, "Hey, you're too slow. Come on, I could do that." You know, they really interact with you. But that's what we like about New York. You know, it's so real. It's any nationality you can think of. It's New York. You know, it's capital of the world, and I've always found it very exciting. A lot of friends. First time I started this business, I was in New York. I went over there to open for Tito Puente at the Copa. It was a big deal. I was nervous. Later, we became good friends, and lot of great memories of New York for me. A lot of great memories.
Well, thank you so much. It's been an honor talking to you.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Rodriguez too. All right,
Rodriguez, that's right.
there you go.
We need to stand together.
¿Verdad?
Sí, gracias.
De nada.
Adiós.